Up traders, just watching the Qs here. I'm in a 660 call, up 2.79%. Just looking for it to break above the 15-minute orb here. It's been struggling all morning. I'm hoping this is where it cracks 659. Thought I would just press record here and show you what's going down. Giving it some room to breathe. Average price of my options 574, 564 is my stop. And it's been a real test of my patience watching it struggle at this line here. But yeah, let's see if we can watch it together go over 659 and hold here on the 2 minutes start. Up like 3.6%, 3.8, 4%, 4.36. So this is looking better. I have a pretty big position here. Oil's kind of barcoding. I'm looking at XOM on my other screen here. Bitcoin's down a little bit. This feels better. 4.36, 4.7, 5%. Yesterday I got stopped out of a trade because I put my stop too tight. So I put it to break even and it never actually, it was a little bit above break even and I got stopped out and then it went on to run significantly. So I'm really going to just try and sit on my hands right now. We're up at 5.23%, 6%. See if I can really sit in this trade here. Up at 5.2% right now, 5%. Obviously very volatile. If this cracks 660, we're going to be beautifully in profit here. So we're up at 7% now. I was short bias earlier, so I took some paper cuts. I'm glad that I obviously shifted my bias. We're up at 8% now. 9%. 8.36. This is looking pretty good. You can see the volume bars at the bottom. You can see I have my stop here. Maybe we'll put it on the 5-minute here. So I could raise my stop up to 617 in a bit. But again, I want to be able to see if I can sit through any pullbacks and play the larger move here. Like when it's going to struggle to get through 660, but there is nice volume here. I should probably be smart though and take half out at 10% here. We're at 9.5 right now. Is it going to really breeze through 660? I doubt it. But as I said, I'm always taking my profits too soon. So let's see if we can sit through this. There's no real area of resistance. It's kind of a blue sky setup. Very difficult to know what that might look like. Yeah, 660 is some heavy resistance there. I'm going to take half out when it pumps here. It's going to be a battle here. It is going to be a battle. Up at 7.4. Cracking 8% here. I feel like looking pretty damn strong. It's cracking over 8% here. Like 9.23 right now, 9.5, 976, almost 10%. It's looking very, very strong. It's gonna really struggle at 660, but I think I'm in it for the ride here. As it cracks through 660 here, I'm up 11%, 11.5. Shorts are getting squeezed for shizzle. So this is turning out to be a wonderful trade. We're at over 11% now. Okay, that's a crazy candle there. A lot of people were short today. They're getting squeezed. Okay, I got to take half out at 12% here. So there's half out. That's the smart choice. And then reset my stop. 574 was my average price, but we're well beyond that now. So I can put it up to $6. So there's going to be a bit of a battle up here. So I can't lose on this trade, but I did have some paper cuts to deal with earlier, which would be nice to clean up on this trade. Again, I was biased short earlier. So the question is, can I sit through this pullback and watch it continue? There is a gap to fill on the daily. Sort of, not really. 663. I'm going to predict it goes to 663 at the end of the day, but it's not going to go in a straight line. So it's going to be difficult to sit through here. Still up 9.5%. So it looks like the squeeze might continue here.
Remember, taking a peek at your crude oil data, expected a build of 300,000, coming in with a draw of 6.23 million on crude oil.
So oil's going up.
A draw of 6.23 million on crude oil.
That could be bad for us. The question is the squeeze bigger than the oil news? The oil is rising again. We're up to 10% again. I think the squeeze is a bigger story right now. Let's go. Let's go 12%. 13%. 14%. I mean, those are some green candles. I don't think we need much of these lines anymore. We can get rid of those. I mean, if that ain't green, I don't know what's green. 13, almost 14%. Still got big size on, so I'm laughing here. 14 and change, 13 and change. Okay, when it pushes here, I'm going to take out another half. 13 and a half. Let's go 14. Push. Squeeze. Yeah, 660 is very psychological level here. I really want to hold on to this. What do we got? 14 and change percent. Put my stop to 6.4 just in case something happens here. Okay, we're up to almost 15% now. Don't want to be greedy. Do not be greedy. So we'll take out another half at 662. Done. So now I just have the runner, which is at 15% right now. This is a beautiful trade. I'm glad I'm recording this. Feel like you just gotta sit in this one. 16%. Okay, that's beautiful. So much green. Wow, wee. 17%. Almost 18, 18.2. Big green candles. Wow. Let's go. Let's go. Hard not to sell. I'm at 17%. I'm obviously trailing a little bit here. Someone's getting squeezed. I think the greed is taking over. I got to get out here. 19.5%. 20%. 21. The squeeze is really real here. Okay, let's not be greedy here. 20%. I mean, come on. $21. 22. That is some squeeze. 23. Okay. I'm selling at $7. Let's go. I was in at 574. Here we go. 22%. Let's go. Let's go. Out. Beautiful trade. Just an absolute squeeze. No red anywhere to be seen except for this little blip here. Let's see how well I got out. I sold somewhere. Here. Let's see if I called the top. A lot of these videos, they cut it off and you don't really see what happened after the trader got out, but I like to leave it running a little bit. See how well I predicted the top. Again, I had 660 calls. I sold them for $7. You can see down here, they're already at 6.8. So they're on their way down. So, you know, I felt the greed. You got to manage your emotions. You got to recognize I did scale out. That was what I do. Scale out on the way up. That way I could not even lose on that trade. Kept my emotions, my mental capital in a good space. Very, very happy with this trade. It was very interesting because this video you only saw from my long bias, but I was short bias when the market opened. So I took a couple hits, tight risk management, not too bad. Obviously clean those up with this trade. But it just shows how you got to be able to pivot your bias when the price action is telling you something different. If I go to the 15-minute here, it'll be interesting. So I generally trade the 15-minute orb. So we're inside the 15 minutes here. You can see my paper cuts here. These were kind of shorts. And then I went long here, somewhere down here, just as it was cracking through VWAP. And as you know, I sold somewhere up here. So the QQQ underlying went up a couple bucks. Which is a small percentage, but I trade the options. So I had call options and yeah, as you saw, went up to 20%, but I was selling along the way. So probably some at 10, some at 15, some at 20. And looks like, at least for now, I called the top here, which is perfect. But we'll see how long that lasts. You can see they're down to 6.7 now. So you can see over here, I kind of called the top there. Probably a temporary top. It could be good to re-enter at some point here. You can see my other trades here, but buying here and selling there really did me great today. So let's go back to the 5 minutes, see what's going on here. So yeah, the pros are reloading here and they're going to continue driving the price up here. I just had a pretty big position, so I didn't want to sit through any of that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you on the next one.